going to start this right now. Let's go. Let's go. What if you had a pill? This pill. A pill you could take. And with that pill, you could create extra time in your day. Imagine if you had 3 extra hours in a day. 3. What would you do with all that time? Because you know, if you had 3 hours extra per day, that would create 45 extra days in a year. 45 extra days in a whole entire year. So if you just had 3 hours, right? 3 hours extra a day by taking this pill, would you take it? Would you take it not knowing what it is? I would. But you know what thing about this pill? This pill, man, we don't need that. I'm telling you, you don't need pills. You don't need excuses. Pills are excuses, guys. That GSD is what we need. And if you take that, that's the getting shit done pill. I see in Corona times, right now, people, I see them on the benches. I see them when I FaceTime them. I see people that are there and they are just mindlessly scrolling through YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat and just scrolling all day, checking the news headlines every 30 minutes to see what is next about coronavirus. I'm telling you, other than the stuff you need to know about social distancing and things like that, and maybe what's happening with your work, do you really need to know what's going on with coronavirus every single minute, every 30 minutes of the day? You do not. Yet I see people wasting their valuable time and their energy scrolling through the next freaking headline. It's not important, yet people want to make believe that, oh, my life is so important. I got something important to do. So I'm gonna check what's next with this push notification I received about freaking coronavirus and how the cases are now 2 million. Listen, coronavirus is gonna come and take its path. But I wanted to create this because I want to create a platform for the hustlers out there, the people that are actually out there grinding, and they need an audience to connect with right now. Guys, we're going to do this right now. This is Lockdown Episode 1. And I'm going to play some music. I hope this doesn't get copyrighted. But throw those pills away. 3 hours a day. Think about your time and think about what we're going to get into in lockdown right now. My name is Nick Humphries. If you don't know who I am, or you might be following me on Instagram and not knowing who I am, on YouTube, you don't really know who I am. I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from Australia. The last 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years, I've been consciously grinding on my dreams and on my craft. And I'm here now in Switzerland, just kind of here during lockdown, but usually I spend most of my time in London. I run a company, I run a movement. Actually, I don't like it to call a company. It's called Train Effective. It's a online training platform for footballers. It's a startup company, and we help footballers worldwide chase their dreams, train them, empower them to become the best versions of themselves. What I'm passionate about is about people becoming the best versions of themselves. More than football, I mean, as equally as important football, because I love football, but what I love is empowering people to go after their dreams, to go out there and reach their full potential. And I believe one key ingredient they need is that energy, is that fire. So please put your fire emojis. I'm looking at those fire emojis. Fire emojis. Fire emojis right now. That's what I really believe in, the fires. So what we're going to do right now is get into initiation, because this is Lockdown Episode 1. I need a sound effects person, but yes, we go. All right, guys. First thing you need to know about lockdown. All right? First thing you need to know about lockdown. It's all about the 3 X's. The 3 X's. Please do that with me. If you're on the chat, if you're on YouTube, X, X, X. This is what it's all about right here. The 3 X's. The 3 X's represent 3 things in lockdown, okay? The 3 X's represent, number 1, no excuses. Number 2, excellence. And number 3 is 1 person, 2 persons, unity. Is that we multiply each other from this movement, from people out there all around the world grinding on what they want to do. These are the 3 X's. Oriana, Tushar with the 3 X's. Who else we got the 3 X's? Do the 3 X's. I'm looking, man. The 3 X's is what it's all about. All right? No excuses. We don't make any excuses when, things are getting really hard or we got a pile of work. We get that stuff done. No excuses. Number 2, excellence. We don't just want average in life. We don't just want to aim for normal. We don't just want mediocrity. No, we strive for excellence. We don't want to be average in the stuff we do. We want to be excellent. So that's number 2, excellence. And then number 3 is multiplying. Guys, as a community, as us all here, as a gang, I'm not going to say that word, but as a movement, we're here, we can help, we can empower each other. And that's what the 3rd X is all about, to make the 3 X's. Please do the X's. The X's. We got Aram doing the X's. We got Hassan doing the X's right now. X, 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 X. Guys, this is what it's all about. I'm telling you. So, without further ado, we're going to get straight into the initiation ceremony on the first episode of Lockdown. So, hear me out on this real quick as we do it, because I'm going to do it right now. Halo. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, crap, I just turned it off. Got to turn it on again. We are going through some technical issues on the first episode of Lockdown, but I promise you it's gonna come around. This is the first episode. You guys are legendary for being here. So, let's go. Halo theme song. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. This is what we're gonna do right now. What is this? Yeah, Halo theme song. Disco Halo. What? I just want the normal Halo theme song. Is this it? All right. That's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna get my hood on. Oh man, it's really got to be that guy behind me. I just wanted that Halo character. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna turn this up. Please put the 3 X's here right now. 3 X's. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do right now. In 3X alert. All right, here we go. That's a guitar remix. Damn. All right, we're gonna go anyway, guys. This is the 3 X's. Please repeat after me. If you're part of this crew, please repeat after me. This is the initiation ceremony right now. All right, please repeat after me. Number 1. Please repeat after me. First thing to repeat after me. I adhere to the values of the 3 X's in lockdown. Sing it after me. I adhere to the 3 values of lockdown, the 3 X's. I adhere. Please say it. Please say it right now if you're in with me. I adhere to the 3 values of lockdown, which is the 3 X's. As a member of lockdown, repeat after me. As a member of lockdown, I adhere to value number 1. No excuses. I adhere to value number 2. Excellence. And value number 3. Let's do this. I adhere to value number 3. Unity. And when you enter the realm of lockdown, you enter the realm of the 3 X's. And there are absolutely no exceptions to that damn rule because this is lockdown. We're crazy right now, but this is about the energy. We're getting down. This is the X. Keep throwing those X's. And adhere to the values of the free lockdown. The lockdown, yes. I love it. I love it. And all right, that's enough. We got it. We got it. Thank you, everyone. These are the values of the three X's. And we're just going to get into what I love, which is hip hop. So let's get back into this. All right, guys. All real talk aside, okay? We're going to get straight into this first episode of Lockdown. I wanted to bring the energy up and just show you guys something that I wanted to do for a long time. And that's really connect with you on your dreams, on your vision, on your hustle. What I want to do every single week is bring you guys value on a topic. So it could be things that inspire you, things that fuel you for energy, things that really, make you tick. And I also want to connect you guys as a community. I want to get to know you guys better. I want to get to know what you guys are all about and what your visions are in life and what you want to achieve. I feel like if we're unified as one, there's just so many ways that we can go, so many things that we can achieve together. And this is just really what I want to do through lockdown, okay? So we've taken the GSD pill or thrown it away, whatever you want to do. We've done the initiation ceremony of lockdown. I kind of told you a little bit about why I'm doing this and my motivations and intentions with lockdown. And I wanna get into the first segment of lockdown. Now, I don't think this will be more than a 30 or 40-minute show, honestly. I want it to be quick and simple and easy. But what we're gonna get into today, guys, is 3X. What we're gonna get into today, guys, in the 3X's in lockdown is the top 5 Netflix movies that are inspiring for hustlers. Now, before you tell me, Nick, why do you want to share us Netflix movies? Why do you want to tell us to go on Netflix? Aren't I supposed to hustle here? Aren't I supposed to grind? Yes, you are supposed to hustle. You are supposed to grind. 100% you are. But, I know whatever I say, you're going to still go and chill, watch Netflix, go on YouTube or whatever. And you know what? I will too. I don't think it's bad to go on Netflix. I don't think it's bad to go on YouTube. I don't think it's bad to listen to hip hop or whatever you listen to. It's not bad, but in moderation, when you're chilling out, when you're resting from the grind, of course go on Netflix. Of course, listen to music. Of course, do that stuff. That's very important as you recuperate and relax and regain that strength and that energy that you need to hustle, right? And keep making no excuses. 100%. So, first of all, that's what I want to say about Netflix. Number two, before you click out and scroll away to the next Instagram live or to the next YouTube video or to the next thing that is just going to waste your time because it's about something stupid, before you click, listen, a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but at least 6 people every week ask me, Nick, how do you stay motivated? Say, Nick, how do you stay motivated? How do you have this inspiration? How do you have this energy to keep repeating the 3 X's? Please do the 3X emoji with me around 3X, 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 no excuses, excellence, and unity. They ask me why. I say, inspiration is my fuel. Inspiration is my fuel. I don't just reply on, Tashar asked me, Nick, how do you stay motivated all the time? I don't just reply, well, that's just because I am. Like, that's just how I am. I'm just motivated. No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. I am motivated. Of course. Naturally, I'm motivated. I want to achieve things in life. I'm ambitious. but you have to nurture that motivation. And I know all of us that are listening right now to this on the podcast or live on YouTube or live on Instagram are motivated, internally motivated to go out there and achieve something. But in order to be motivated consistently, this is the key word, guys, because it's consistent season. It's consistent season. Week in, week out, you need to be motivated. Month after month, you need to be motivated. But how do you stay motivated? Inspiration is the fuel. And you're not going to reach your dream by working 20 hours for one day and then being lazy the next 5 days and the 6 days and 7 days and just feeling great about that one day when you trained 20 hours in that day or you worked 20 hours, you did homework for 20 hours, or you did something for 20 hours. You grinded for 20 hours on a Tuesday, but Wednesday you do 2 hours. Thursday you're just like, nah, F this. Friday you're like already tuned out. You're going in weekend mode already. No. You need to be consistently motivated if you're going to reach your dream, if you're going to go out there and achieve something. Consistency counts. This is consistent season. So for me, these Netflix shows are just not movies. They're a big part of that fuel. If I'm not inspired, deep down inspired and passionate about what I want to work on and why I'm doing it, then I'm just not motivated to work. So when I read out these recommendations, I'm telling you guys, when I read out these recommendations, stop what you're doing right now. Stop going on your phone, scrolling on the next thing. Just stop and listen to what I'm about to say. Because if you really take these things to heart, I guarantee you, one of the things I share with you just might change your life, or just might get you to grind that a little bit extra, or just get you to rethink your vision about what you want to achieve in life or what you want to do. Because that's my passion and that's what I really want to do, okay? That's why I wanted to do this. That's why my energy is sky high right now. GSD, bro. GSD and the 3Xs and lockdown. I'm just hyped. All right. So let's go with the 5. These are the 5 Netflix shows you need to watch. If you don't have Netflix, find a way to watch these. Whatever next movies you have in your list, whatever next things you want to watch, find a way to watch these, because I guarantee you could just change your life. So here's number 1. All right. Number 1 is 8 Mile by Eminem, or featuring Eminem. 8 Mile with Eminem. How many of you guys watched 8 Mile? How many of you guys know Eminem? I'm looking right now. If you don't know Eminem, you're a loser. If you haven't watched 8 Mile, you might be a loser. You just really need to rethink like what you're doing right now, okay? 8 Mile is one of those rags to riches movies. Eminem starts in a trailer park. He's got a kind of crappy job working in a factory, but his dream is to be a rapper, a legitimate rapper. So the 8 Mile movie goes all into this kind of, this story where he's going in the Rap Olympics and he's like trying to win it, but he doesn't win. And it's a big story behind it. And basically this whole journey of Eminem's early days. And, it's a little bit R-rated. If you're under the age of 18, you got to, I don't know, rethink it. Maybe like, I'm not going to tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but it can be a little bit explicit at times. There's a lot of swearing in that. But if you want something to get you up in the morning or make you hustle at night, 8 Mile is a story of ambition, a story of struggle, of real struggle, which I think it just is relatable on so many levels, and why this is such a top pick for me. It was made in 2003, but in 2020, I guarantee you this movie is timeless, and it's something that you should watch. That's number 1, or number 5. That's number 5, 8 Mile. Number 4. Number 4 is Inside Bill's Brain. Now, how old is Bill Gates, everyone? How old is Bill Gates? I think he's 79 or 85. I actually don't know how old he is. I actually think he's more like 75. But correct me if I'm wrong. If someone can tell me Bill Gates' age, I'll be really like happy right now. But Bill Gates, this one is called Inside Bill's Brain, and it's about decoding Bill Gates' brain and basically going on his journey of, you know, Microsoft and his days going through Microsoft, but more importantly, what he's doing now and kind of the philanthropy work and stuff that he's doing. But the one thing about Bill Gates, guys, is although this guy's technically retired and he's in his 70s or his 60s, he's made all this money. He's a billionaire, multiple time billionaire, one of the most successful people in all of history, in all of the world. Yet this guy is still driven to make a change in the world. And he's not doing it for money. He's not doing it for money. He's doing it for legacy. And this is a key word I just want to get out about this thing, about Bill Gates, is he's so passionate about his legacy and what he wants to leave behind in the world. It's why he's so outspoken about coronavirus and pandemics, because he wants to help the world. He wants to make the world a healthier place, a better place. And if you listen to that man and what drives him and the internal forces that drive him to get out of bed every day, and not just out of bed, but earlier than you out of bed, and he's 60 or 70 something, then that's inspiration for you. So if you watch Bill Gates, Decoding Bill Gates, listen carefully to why he does what he does. And if you listen to why he does what he does, I'm sure if you take that to heart, you might be able to find some little bits and pieces of inspiration, and most importantly, a legacy you might want to leave behind when you're gone, or when you're not gone, a legacy you can leave behind right now because you're working to it. So that's it. That's number 4. That's Inside Bill Gates on Netflix. I think that's the name, Bill Gates. So someone tell me his age. Someone tell me his age right now. How old is Bill Gates? He's 64. Thank you, Tashar. Can always rely on Tashar. That guy is someone else right now. Let's get into the next one. Inspiration is fuel. Inspiration is fuel. Number 3 is called The Defiant Ones. The Defiant Ones. This is a movie. It's actually a documentary, a 4-part documentary on Netflix, which goes into the life and times of Dr. Dre, the rapper and the producer, and Jimmy Iovine, which has been a guy been around the 70s. He's like a music executive, and he's put on many big artists. Eminem, Snoop Dogg is being semi-responsible for, Lady Gaga, Gwen Stefani. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And when you watch these guys work and how they approach things since literally the day they were like in their teens and their early 20s, it is so inspirational, just kind of the hurdles that they had to go through and the kind of passion they had and why they had that passion. And it really goes in that the life and times of Jimmy and Dr. Dre over, I think, a 20 or 30, even a 40-year period, especially with Jimmy. But if you watch that, it's a lot more about music. It's a lot more about rap music. It's a lot more about just music in general, and a lot of the big artists of the last 40 or 50 years. But if you really listen to it and you look at why their movements went so well, like why NWA, which Dr. Dre was part of, blew up, and why certain artists Jimmy Iovine worked with blew up, you can see that they all have something in common. And that one thing is that they all bonded, right, by one common cause, one common vision. For example, NWA were all about, they had this thing called Fuck the Police. And it was about the racial tensions and things that were happening in their time in the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s, and how they came together and bonded together and really created this music because they wanted to get their frustrations out about the world that they live in and how they wanted a brighter future. And when it came to Jimmy Iovine, it's about the hustle, like the things he do to hustle and why. And anyway, watch it. It's going to inspire you. But the key thing to focus on with the Defiant Ones is really look at, again, why they do what they do, you know, why they're so motivated and what makes them their movement spread. What makes their voices heard over anyone else's. That's so important to me, and that's what I love about the Defiant Ones. So watch that because that's my favorite documentary of all time. Seriously, like I've watched a lot of documentaries, but I've watched the Defiant ones, all 4 parts, at least 3 times each episode. And you guys know I don't watch movies all the time. So, like, I love this thing. Number two. This is a series on Netflix. It's quite a new one. A lot of you might have scrolled past it and saw this woman there. And a woman like kind of a bit older than most. So you might like seen it. And it says the words self-made. And you're like, I don't know if this is for me. I just might skip over it. But 100%, guys, this is something you should watch. Because it goes into the life and times of a woman, a beautiful, amazing woman called Madame C.J. Walker. And it's about how she goes from being a cleaner, cleaning clothes in the early 1900s. So it's set like 100 years ago, but it's got like a modern day feel to it. There's like modern music and there's like these cut scenes, which is more modern and stuff. But it's basically set in the early 1900s after blacks were had gone through what they gone through. And she's just a cleaner, a woman. Sometimes she's, you know, racially abused against or discriminated against, but she finds a way to get out of that. She finds a way where she stumbles across this product which helps your hair, like helps women's hair like grow. I know that doesn't sound that interesting, but when you really get into the story, like it's amazing. It's amazing of how, yes, it's about a product that grows your freaking hair. But it's not really about that. It's about the story about why people got this stuff that grows your hair. And it's because she was empowering people. She was empowering women to feel more confident about themselves. She was empowering women that you can make what you want in your life. And it doesn't matter if you're black or yellow or white or 90 years old or 10 years old. I think that's something we can all relate to, trying to create something out of your life when you got nothing, or you got little, or you got no connections, or you just don't have much. And that's why you should watch Madame C.J. Walker. I think it's a 4, 5, 6 episode series. I think it's 6 episodes. But I feel like whatever dream you have, if you watch that, you are gonna get inspired, and you are gonna take the next week with full force with the words and the inspiration of Madame C.J. Walker. She's amazing. Or she was amazing. She's not alive anymore, but her legacy lives on. Her legacy is amazing. This is all about legacy. Number 1, guys, please do a drum roll for me. Drum roll emojis right now. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Nirvana. It's called Madame. Oh my God, Nirvana, you're going to love it. It's called Madame C.J. Walker. Madame C.J. Walker, Self-Made. Number 2 is called Self-Made. Madame C.J. Walker, Her Life and Times. Self-Made. Sorry if I didn't say that loud and proud. All right, number 1. Now, this was actually not on my number 1 list 5 months ago, or 2 months ago, or 1 month ago, or 2 weeks ago, but I just watched it 13 days ago. And it's number 1 on my list right now. It might not be number 1 in a year, but it really inspired the shit out of me the last 2 weeks. It's called, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, Get Rich or Die Trying. The movie by 50 Cent. It's on Netflix right now. And the reason why you should watch it, and it's very similar to 8 Mile. It's very similar to Eminem. It's very similar to Self-Made in that you're trying to create something out of nothing. It's about the life and times of 50 Cent from when he was a kid up until he was just making the early breakthrough of his music career. This, guys, if you watch it over the weekend, it's going to inspire the shit out of you. This is a truly classic rags and riches story. Like 50 Cent, guys, you know who he is now. Like 50 Cent was like, who's the biggest rap artist now? Like music artist right now? I don't know, Billie Eilish. I'm just trying to think on the hip hop point of view, like who's the biggest. Anyway, guys, like if you're young, 15 years ago, Eminem, 50 Cent was like the biggest out there. Candy Shop was like the biggest song when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. 50 Cent is like, he's more of like a businessman now, but 50 Cent 15 years ago was like Lil Uzi Vert now, or man, who's the biggest hip hop artist right now? I'm having blanks. He's like Billie Eilish right now, but like the hip hop version. Like he's huge. So 50 Cent, I don't need to say any more about him. If you watch this movie, you're going to get inspired, and you're going to see that 50 Cent, I'm just going to quiet down right now. Please listen very carefully. You're going to see that 50 Cent is actually like a really nice, humble guy. Travis Scott is the biggest right now. Guys, 50 Cent is like Travis Scott in 2000 and 50 Cent is Travis Scott in 2003. Like that's how it was. 2005, like 50 Cent was hot, just like Travis Scott is now. You know what I mean? So back to what I was saying. If you look at videos of 50 Cent, if you look at his public persona, it's like very like, don't mess with me, I'll kill you. I got shot 9 times. Like I got shot in the face and I still survived. Like he's got an amazing survival story and how he overcame everything. But guys, like he has a really amazing, inspiring story. He honestly just wanted to do good for people. And I feel like that movie just depicts like that perfectly, like a nice, humble, genuine dude who just wanted the best for people and came from a rough family, but somehow made it just by believing in himself, in his own conviction. And even when he got shot in the face and his voice was all out of whack, he even used that to his advantage. So for me, the 50 Cent movie is all about overcoming adversity and that first X of the lockdown. It's about making no excuses and just making what you want out of your life. This is to me what the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying movie embodies. Right. What all of these shows have in common, guys, again, back to my first point, is you need fuel to inspire you. You need fuel. You need oxygen. Fuel is not oxygen. Is fuel oxygen? No, it's not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a scientist, but fuel is my oxygen. Inspiration, that is. I'm confusing the words. Fuel is what you need to keep motivated, to keep grinding, to keep going at what you want. I promise you, if you watch these 5 movies, you're going to find something out of each one. And I know you're going to thank me. I know you're going to write me an Instagram DM and you're going to say to me, Nick, those movies were lit. Those series were lit. That thing that I learned in the 50 Cent movie, crap, I can actually use that weakness to my advantage. I've been overthinking this too long. When I watch Bill Gates talk about his legacy, holy crap, that inspired me to have that conversation with my dad, who was really motivated, inspired about all his work 10 years ago. But now I put that documentary onto my dad, and now my dad is inspired as ever. Or you do Madame C.J. Walker, and you're like a black girl, African American. Sorry if I'm politically incorrect. I'm just trying to say my thing. But if you're a black girl and like you needed a role model to look up to, she's the one. If people call you ugly, she's the one. It doesn't matter about how you look. It's about the story you got to represent, what you want to represent, what you want in the world. That's what matters. That's what I want lockdown to be all about. Guys, that's episode 1 and wrap. If you watch any of what I recommended to you, please send me a DM on Instagram at Nick Humph, or go on Twitter and tweet me at Nick Humph. I promise you I will respond to every single tweet, every single DM that you guys send me as a result of this first episode. This was a test. This was the first episode. Like, if you want to see any topics, if you want to hear me talk about any topics, please let me know. If I'm a little bit extra today, it's because I got that extra energy and we make no excuses. And it's all about the 3 X's. Please do that emoji with me right now. 3 X's. I just got too much energy and too much fire in me right now, not to get you out of your couch, out of your chair in this lockdown season. I truly believe it's the greatest moment of your life, if you want it to be. You don't need other people to motivate you, that's sitting around you, motivating you. That's excuses. You got yourself. Pick up your book, start writing in it. Pick up your phone, start freaking posting that Instagram account that you wanted to post about, where you're talking about type 1 diabetes, or you're talking about, I know Nirvana's in here, she's talking about sexual health, or you're talking about hoodies that you like. You don't need other people around you. How much inspiration are you going to need in order for you to just start putting the first lines on the paper to come up with your concept and your vision? This is what I want lockdown to be all about. But to be consistent with it all, you need that fuel. And that's why we just talked about the 5. That's it. Quick recap on the 5, guys. Number 5 was 8 Mile by Eminem. Sorry. No, actually, I'm not going to say sorry. I missed the movie. It's called Pursuit of Happiness. That was actually one I didn't mention, but Pursuit of Happiness, make sure you watch that. I just realized I missed that, but it doesn't matter. Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith, that's such a classic. Jeez. Quick recap, number 5 was 8 Mile with Eminem. Number 4 was Inside Bill's Brain with Bill Gates. Number 3 was The Defiant Ones with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Number 2 was Self-Made with Madame C.J. Walker and her amazing, incredible story. And number 1 was Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent. I hope you enjoyed this. Tweet me, Instagram me, do anything with me. I want to hear about your stories. And until next time, guys, that's it from Lockdown. That's it for episode 1. Welcome to Lockdown. Peace. All right, Instagram. I'm going to answer some few questions